Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe for the last post-match of the season in Serie A, Como Inter 0-2. A completely useless match, unfortunately. I knew it even before we started. Some Inter fans still had a little bit of hope, but when you get two match points, which is what we got because of the last results of Napoli in Venice and at home with Genoa, two ties that allowed us to get the lead. You don't get a third one. So I was really hopeless. I didn't even watch this match, and that's why I think it's even useless to try and give you a report on how the players performed, because it was really nonsense. What I want to share is that this is a mea culpa, as the Latins used to say, mea grandissima culpa. It's our fault, because again, we saw it last week, right? Yes, referees obviously had a role in this, but being human is normal that they make mistakes, so we have to factor that in. The problem is that we gave away too many points in a very superficial and stupid way, starting with the first match of Serie A with that penalty for a hand from Bisek at the 97th minute, going on with Inter-Juventus 4-4, being up 4-2 at the 70th minute. It's just, unacceptable to tie that match because you want to score the fifth goal. I mean, use your brain. Then it's, of course, Parma-Inter 2-0 and then 2-2. 2-0 at the end of the first half. You even get lucky with the goal from Thuram. He doesn't even know how he put that ball inside the goal, but yet you manage to tie that game. Monza-Inter 1-1, and we tied it at the 90th minute. That's also unacceptable. Juventus-Inter, first half dominated, but played superficially, and then we got scored against and we lost it 1-0. And Inter-Lazio, of course, that 2-2 screams for vengeance, because when you are up 1-0 and then you come into the second half without basically playing, and then you have the luck after they tie to go up to 1 on a free kick, you simply cannot allow them to tie that match. You simply cannot. So it's our fault. By the way, I'm very happy that Lazio didn't make it to the UEFA or the Confederation Cup, these mother freakers. Although we are twin teams, I don't care at all. And I'm happy for Pedro that he lost. I know, it's a human. I have often this argument with my brother. I just hate when others win. It's physiological, at least in my personality. Other people can say, oh no, let's applaud Napoli, they deserve to win, but they didn't. They play stupid, ugly soccer, and they just think about defending themselves. They just think about going out of the Coppa Italia in November to avoid playing more games. I mean, we played half a season more than them. I mean, is that fair? But I want to actually see some positive things in this day. The first one is that Arnautovic and Correa are out of the squad, and they couldn't be happier. Correa has been a torture to watch for 4 years or 3 years, I don't know, I don't even remember. I mean, he was so useless that I didn't even notice him. Horrible psychologically, horrible man and player. Goodbye and forever. Arnautovic, end of his career, missed so many goals. He played more with the opponents than with Inter in these years that he played for us, so I'm so happy and relieved that he's gone. And if I have to look at the squad altogether now, before the Champions League final, I have to say that we have maybe 3-4 players that didn't perform well and don't deserve to be positively judged after this season. Of course, Correa and Arnautovic are the first two, but I would include in this list, of course, Taremi and Aslani. These two players proved that they are not good enough for Inter. So I truly hope that this summer the club will do something, also because this summer I expect a lot from the club. There is also this big question mark around Inzaghi. I mean, for Inter fans, it's never like a complete, fully positive situation. It's just like when in 2010 Mourinho won and the same night of the cup left Inter for Real Madrid. I mean, it could be the same with Inzaghi going to the Arab countries for 50 million a year. Of course, I'm not judging him. I would probably do the same. But the good thing is that in order to stay, he asked for he demanded for some players to be bought. And this could be good because usually Inzaghi is too much pro-club and not enough pro team, let's say, because he accepts lame players in the squad, just like we've seen with Arnautovic, and so with Correa actually was his choice, but still, having a stronger pulse, a stronger position for him in the transfer market window, I think is a good thing for Inter. So I do hope, of course, that he will stay, but let's see what happens. In any case, this fact that Correa and Arnautovic are going is definitely something that makes me very happy. The other thing that I want to mention is that if we didn't win the championship in Serie A, yes, it's because of our responsibility, but it's also because the season of Serie A was intertwined with the Champions League season, right? I mean, if we didn't apply the turnover on so many matches in which we did, or if we faced these Serie A matches without the energy drained from Champions League, we would have probably won this Serie A by 10, 15 points difference, right? I think we can all agree on this. So the fact that we didn't is because we put a lot of effort in the Champions League. So let's wait for Saturday night or Sunday, and then we will be able to say if the sacrifice was worth it or not. As I mentioned before, results are fundamental. You didn't win the silver in case you don't win the Champions League, you lost the gold. So let's be clear on this. If Inter doesn't win on Saturday, the overall season, despite the fact that we got till the end in Coppa Italia and Serie A and in Champions League, the season is negative. This doesn't mean that I want Inzaghi to be fired, not at all. Actually, I love Simone and I would love to have him for another 10 years sitting on the bench of Inter. But it's important for us to understand that in case we don't win anything this year, it's a negative season. We live in a world where results matter, unfortunately. So let's just keep this in mind and turn the rage and the anger of not being able to bring home a Serie A that was easy for us to achieve, and let's turn it into fuel for the match that awaits us on Saturday. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a message or a comment or a like or a subscription. I would love to see this channel grow at a steadier pace, and I would love to start a more interesting dialogue with everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, Forza Magica Inter.